In this video, we shall see how to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Let's say we have the equation 3x to the power of 2 minus 8x and then plus 4 equaling to 0. How can we solve this using the quadratic formula? Whenever you have an equation in the form ax to the power of 2 plus bx and then plus c equaling to 0, the value of x will be equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b to the power of 2 minus 4ac divided by 2 times a. Therefore, a is the number in front of x to the power of 2, b is the number in front of x, and then c is the constant. So for this example, a equals to 3, b equals to negative 8, and then c equals to 4. Therefore, x will be equal to negative b, which is negative 8, plus or minus the square root of b to the power of 2, which is negative 8 to the power of 2, minus 4, and then times a, which is 3, and then times c, which is 4. And this will be divided by 2 times a, which is 3. And so x will be equal to a negative times negative 8 will give us positive 8, plus or minus the square root. Now negative 8 to the power of 2 will give us positive 64. So this will be 64. And then negative 4 times 3 will give us negative 12. Negative 12 times 4 will give us negative 48. So this will be minus 48. And we shall divide it by 2 times 3, which is 6. Therefore, x will be equal to 8 plus or minus the square root. Now 64 minus 48 will give us 16 divided by 6. Now 16 is the same as 4 raised to the power of 2. And if you take the square root, this 2 will cancel with the square root and you remain with 4. Therefore, the square root of 16 is 4. So x will be equal to 8 plus or minus the square root of 16, which is 4, divided by 6. And so the first value of x, which is x1, will be equal to, now this time we shall take the plus sign, so we shall have 8 plus 4, and this will be divided by 6. And so this will be equal to 8 plus 4, which is 12, divided by 6. Now 12 and 6 are both divisible by 3, so we shall divide this by 3, and also this by 3. 12 divided by 3 will give us 4, and then 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. Therefore, x1 will be equal to 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Now what about x2? This time we shall use the minus sign. So we shall have 8 minus 4 divided by 6, and this will be equal to 4 divided by 6. Now both 4 and 6 are divisible by 2, so we shall divide this by 2, and also divide 6 by 2. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2, and then 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. Therefore, x2 equals to 2 divided by 3. Now let's check our answers and see if they are correct. Our equation was 3x to the power of 2 minus 8x and then plus 4 equaling to 0. If we put in x equals to 2, we shall have 3 into 2 to the power of 2 minus 8 and then times 2 plus 4, and this should be equal to 0. And so we shall have 3 into 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and then minus 8 times 2, which is 16, plus 4 equaling to 0. Now 3 times 4 is 12, minus 16 plus 4 equaling to 0. And 12 minus 16 will give us negative 4 plus 4 equaling to 0. And so we shall have 0 equaling to 0. Therefore, x equals to 2 is a true value of x. And if you want, you can also put in x equals to 2 divided by 3. You will still get 0 equals to 0. Now let's look at another example. Let's say we have 7x to the power of 2 and then plus 5x minus 2 equaling to 0. Our formula was x equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b to the power of 2 minus 4sc divided by 2 times a. For this example, A equals to 7, B equals to positive 5, and C equals to negative 2. So we shall have x equaling to negative b, which is 5, plus or minus the square root of b to the power of 2, which will be 5 to the power of 2, minus 4, and then times a, which is 7, and then times c, which is negative 2. And this will be divided by 2 times a, which is 7. And so x will be equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root. Now 5 to the power of 2 is 25. And then negative 4 times 7 will give us negative 28. Negative 28 times negative 2 will give us positive 56. So this will be plus 56, and then divided by 2 times 7, which is 14. Therefore x will be equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root. Now 25 plus 56 will give us 81, and then divided by 14. And so we shall have x equaling to negative 5 plus or minus. Now what is the square root of 81? 81 is the same as 9 to the power of 2. And if you take the square root, this 2 will cancel with the square root, and you remain with 9. Therefore the square root of 81 is 9, and then divided by 14. So the first value of x, which is x1, will be equal to, this time we shall take the plus sign, so we shall have negative 5 plus 9 divided by 14, and so x1 will be equal to negative 5 plus 9, which is 4, divided by 14. Now 4 and 14 are both divisible by 2. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2, and then 14 divided by 2 will give us 7. Therefore x1 equals to 2 divided by 7. Now what about x2? This time we shall use the negative sign. So we shall have x2 equaling to negative 5 minus 9 divided by 14. And so x2 will be equal to negative 14 divided by 14. And this is equal to negative 1. Therefore x1 equals to 2 divided by 7, and x2 equals to negative 1. So that's how you can solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. If you have found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.